Hey everyone, welcome to Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
And me, Banshee. I'm sorry I didn't give you a chance to say hello. Go ahead,
You
say
just look so annoyed.
Well, I just started going and then I realized, oh, he's still saying hello. I'm sorry.
Apology accepted.
How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Good afternoon, Angel. Library is sprayed. All right, that sounds good.
And I'm taking off my jacket because it's already too warm in here.
Yeah, we had the door open. We don't have our air on yet, so... Because it's that in-between time where it keeps going back to cold. Hot, cold, hot, cold. Makes you crazy.
Indeed.
So, anyway, guys, I just got an Amazon delivery, and... You all know, some of you from Twitter know my cat guru cards that I use on Catter Day. Well, you know, there's a whole slew of these out there. And I just got a few more in the bunch. And it being Beltane and all, I thought today for the collective I would read from...
Oh, that's right, I have to do this.
You read from the Love Oracles, which is a similar concept to the Cat Guru cards. It's really interesting because what they do is they have like background on things in the book that they have on the cards, just background. And then they have little divinatory or advice, let's just call it advice, on the cards themselves. So there's 3 levels advice on the Love Oracle cards because this is about all the famous love couples throughout history, Mr. O.
So we're the first ones, right?
We could be. Oh, anyway.
We'll make our own.
So the first statement on the card is supposed to be about one-night stands. The second statement on the card is supposed to be advice on long-term relationships and breakups. And the third piece of advice is about family and friends. So I'm just going to read them all. And I'm going to have Mr. O pick a card.
Oh, let's have Mr. Sunman pick the card.
And Mr. Sun. He did so well that one time, but we need a lot of space for that. So I could spread them out. And I just don't think I have it here, Mr. O. All right. The backs have interlocking diamond rings on them. It's kind of cute. All right. And pinkly, you can show the backs when you show the card.
Do you read them reversed?
That's the back of the card. No, of course not. It's just one saying on there for the card. So, or some sayings. What is it about? Oh, it's...
Giacomo Casanova.
Oh,
Be the flame, not the moth. Always be a free agent. Promise fidelity to all. It's not destiny, it's opportunity.
Okay, so to recap that, the Be the Flame, Not the Moth is for one-night stands. For existing partnerships or breakups, the advice is always be a free agent. Promise fidelity to everyone. I guess that solves the problem, eh? Maybe not.
I like all 3.
And finally, for family and friends, it's not destiny, it's opportunity. So anyway, that's the advice from the Love Oracles for the collective for Beltane weekend. Happy Beltane weekend to those who celebrate.
All right. And hi, Apple
Hey,
Eve.
Apple and Eve.
And everyone else. Hello.
All right. Hi, Gina. So besides this deck, I've added to my collection. By the way, I do have a music one. I do have an artist one of these oracles. And now, besides this one, I think I have the whole set except for a fashion designer one. For some reason, I'm not into fashion design. But I have the feminist oracles, which will come in handy on National Women's History Month. And for the material matters, I have these success oracles, which will be, advice from all these successful people. is that RGB up there, and there's I don't know if that's, is it? Yeah, maybe, no.
It's
That's
Oprah.
Oprah for sure. So we will have some fun with that too.
Jobs. It's Jobs.
Steve Jobs, yeah.
I'm drawing a blank on the female
Yeah, I'm
in
not
the
sure.
other side there, or the person that is.
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
not
other
sure.
side.
We shall see. We shall see as time goes on. But
Hi,
enough
Mama
of
T.
that. All right, so love
Oh,
oracles.
thanks, Apple Neve.
My goodness, there's faces we haven't seen in a little bit. Hi, Josephine.
Hi, Josephine. Yes, you got in early, I see.
So let's see. I've got up to January Girl, and then after that was Angel
Patton.
Rivera. Let me finish up the list here. Apple and Eve. No, Gina was next. And then A and E. Mama T. And I think that's it, or is there more? Oh, Patton.
Mm-hmm.
Are you here for a reading or just to hang out, Patton?
We must know.
We must know. The prayer you did worked. Ah,
Oh, thank you so much.
awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I sure hope so, that's for sure.
All right, so I've got a list. Okay, you're just hanging out. Cool. We appreciate that. Sunny appreciates that. More the merrier for the Sun Man.
Indeed.
All right, Mr. O, what decks do you have for us? Oh, we have the
I
beautiful display again that Mama Teresa created for us. That's so wonderful. For my birthday, it was so nice. Thank you.
Okay, I have the English Magic Tarot. There's the Three of Swords. Whoops. And then I have the Tarot of the Ages. My old, rather worn one. And that's the Wheel of Fortune. And of course I have, the Karma Music Tarot.
I have to answer Patton's question. So did I not notice something? Are you talking about the Apple Gamer part of your name?
Oh, we're a little slow sometimes.
Yes, please don't forget the like button. And also this wonderful pendant I bought from Mama Teresa. You know what? This is gorgeous. And look how well it goes with this outfit, Mama T. This is perfect.
And I'm wearing a pendant that I had to put on a different chain because my fat neck just was a little tight. But it's the one that you made it, that you suggested I wear for Goth Tarot. But I'm wearing it today because I like it on this gray shirt. So thank you, Mama Teresa.
So I've already shoveled it in, but once again I'm using the Robin Wood Tarot deck since she recently passed, and it's still Beltane, so I'm using some pagan-themed decks. So there's the Hermit card in that deck. I love that rendition of the Hermit card. It's one of my favorites.
Very nice Celtic interlocking background there.
And finally, we lost Robin to breast cancer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we seem to have a lot of computers that are only Apple, Mac. Pretty much.
Yes, pretty much that's it in this household. From the days when we started with our Apple 2GS.
Wow, that takes you back. That's
That
over
takes
30
us
years
way
ago. That was
back.
late 1986.
Yes, indeed. And here's something that's been coming up a bit for me, the Seven of Pentacles. That's a card I've been getting lately a lot. And so that's from the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake and beautiful artwork by Elizabeth Alba. And finally, I have the Pagan Tarot back one more time. I'll be switching up next week. I took the Mermaids away. Mermaids is coming back out for summer. But I'm doing a review on it right now, and I was doing some things with the cards, so they're out of commission at the moment. Anyway, let's see what I get on the bottom here. Oh, look, I've got the...
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Macs, but ours always do seem to get warm too. And then sometimes I figure out how I could maybe,
Here's the Moon card
give
in
them
the
a
Pagan...
break so that they cool off a little
The Moon
bit.
card in the Pagan Tarot. I thought, and I could be wrong about this, Patton, that with the new Macs that are rolling out, that they're going to be solving some of this problem. That the other Macs don't heat up as quickly or as badly. Something to do with the batteries being stronger, too.
That's actually Apple and Eve saying that about the Mac.
Oh, is it? Oh, I'm sorry. Whoopsie.
No,
whoops.
I mean, it's a good comment either way. I mean, it was just like, so now there's a...
Yeah, I'm sorry. I missed that in the conversation.
There
but
you
Apple
go. Put
and
it
Eve,
on an ice block.
we have the same problem. We do.
Yeah,
so,
ours get warm too.
I'm not happy about that part of it. I love my Macs, though. I love them.
Yeah, we really like our Macs.
All right. So also, I'll be using the Lenormand tiles again, and I'll just draw one out of here. They're so cute. Here, look, we've got the stork.
Yes, I like that one.
I like them all. They're nice and
Yeah,
colorful.
I just like the idea of them being on a tile.
I like them on a tile. I like pulling them, but I do want to go back to some of my decks, so I may be doing that next week. But I do like playing with these. And they got a special little board that I bought a special little board just their size, too. So, perfect. All right, let's roll.
Okay, so I believe my sweet Christina was first.
You are correct. And then Josephine, January Girl, Angel Rivera, Gina, Apple and Eve, Mama T, and Patton. I didn't miss anybody, did I? Did Libra Cusp sneak in? No. Okay,
All right,
just
there we go.
checking. And Patton said no to the reading, so I know that. All right.
Wow, our chat is just going boom. Love it. Okay, there it is.
Purple positive energy plate. Hey.
Oh, that's a serious
titanium.
question.
That sounds interesting, Gina.
So what deck do you want to use?
Hold on a minute. I just want to soak this in. Hold on. Oh, jeez. All right. Let's throw 3 cards on this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on some level, it's a yes/no question.
Sure.
I want to see the nuance. Yeah, it's kind of a rough situation, so he's kind of put himself in the middle, and maybe you're thinking that if if the children went elsewhere, it'd be better for everybody. Let's just see what's going on with this situation. One more. Here. Oh, cut, right?
No, I didn't shuffle yet.
Oh, you had me. Oh, okay. Got it.
Well, I want you to have them first because then they're coming down here. Right?
And the electric smog from invading your body. I'm still reading that positive purple thing, Gina. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I do worry about all the electrical stuff we have now in the household.
Here we go.
Okay.
Do you have a cough drop for me?
Oh, I thought you got your own and asked me if I needed some. Here, I do have one you can have.
No, I actually didn't.
That's okay. But I will need my other one. You are on your own after that. Wow, what problems here? My sweet Christina, it is a difficult situation. We have the here it is again, the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands just comes up a lot for us lately too. But let's throw in the Three of Swords in the mix upright. And then the Tower upright. This is pretty deep. Deeply burdensome situation, There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of strain. The Three of Swords is sorrow and bitterness. I can see that coming through here. And the Tower, the Tower is about learning lessons. Are people learning the lessons they need to learn through this? And who is learning the lesson? Because I'm not sure, it's the family that the kids have been taken from. You know what I mean?
Well, it's clear in a way that when I combine the feelings of the other cards with the Tower, that I get the feeling like, once again, we're sort of in a no-win situation, and that everyone will lose a little bit of something. Everyone will feel pain, like that one commercial says. And I feel that for some this represents burdens, for others it just represents sorrow. Maybe those are the same people, or maybe they're just the different sides there. But the idea, I guess, really is that people would have to focus on really what is best for those who are most at stake. There's nothing that clearly says the children, but there's a lot there by implication.
Right.
And just any time a lesson needs to be learned, if children are involved, it should be the best lesson that affects their outcome.
That's a very good point, too. And that Ten of Wands also indicates, the burden, that this is a burden to, take this on. I mean, it's a weighty burden. There's a lot of responsibility. I guess maybe more than burden, I want to say responsibility, that your father has had to take on here. And it's a lot of strain and stress. And, we want what's best for the children here. That's what makes this so difficult, putting them in a foster home and away from people that they know. On one hand, if there's a lot of bad stuff going on everywhere, it might be for their best. But if your father's a good influence for them,
Well, when you said the foster home, I was looking right at the Tower, and I feel like even though it's more with the Lenormand, the idea of an institution, some sort of, idea about something that has power. And nothing here really addresses the children exactly, nor does it really say should, shouldn't, it doesn't answer the question really
Well,
exactly.
I think we are going to look at that now. And, but did I want to throw a Lenormand on these?
Sure.
I think we should,
So let's
because
keep those there for our clarification.
So intense. I've got one. Oh boy, I can't wait to see this. Lady.
So we have the tree. I guess I should turn this like this. And then we have the lady.
Well, I don't know. This is somebody in the family tree, a lady who maybe could prove helpful here. Is there, I'm just going to throw this out there. Is there somebody else in the family who would be more, out of the line of fire that the children would be comfortable with? I'm just questioning that. It seems like it looks like, or maybe this needs to, this is just talking about the future is with some woman who's very grounded. Maybe the children will be moving to a different environment with at least some female influence who's very grounding for them.
Well, families are what they are. A family can be the family of your blood, or it could be the family of your choice. And so I think what the card says is that the children will hopefully ultimately be in some sort of structured situation with, somebody's, maternal or more feminine qualities being involved, in assisting with that, or being the key to that.
Yeah, I know. Maybe this is somebody even from the outside who is going to guide the family, with some advice or some way to work things out. Because it doesn't necessarily have to be a family connection. It could be about the family, right? So that's interesting. Do we want to do a quick yes, no?
Yeah, let's do that.
So how should we word this? Would it be in the children's best interest for them to go? Let's look at the children's angle. Would it be in the children's best interest for them to go into foster care at this time?
That's how we're going to ask it.
Hey,
Hi,
Dr. V.
Victor.
Hope things are going well for you. Well, good to have you here. Happy new week to you.
Thank you.
Here. Oh, are you leaving those there? Yeah, let's leave those there. That's a good idea.
Well, thank you. I hope we will be able to help you with that.
Okay.
We're only on our first reading.
But we only have one. After that, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people in front of you, Dr. V. It's not too bad today. Excuse me.
All right.
Okay, I'm drinking my tea bag. I forgot I left the tea bag in. All right. Yeah, slide that back just a little. Okay, let's see what we got. Wow. It's leaning towards no to the foster care, but I'm not surprised because foster care can be such a, difficult situation as well. It's really interesting here. Okay, we have the Ace of Coins. It's the only ace we've got. We got the Hierophant upright. And we have the Nine of Swords reversed. And you know what this smacks of to me, Mr. O, and I'm sure you're going to find some resonance here, is that these kids need structure. They really need structure right now in the worst way possible. I feel that's the Hierophant. They need some kind of a nice environment where there's a routine, where things are very routinized for them. Less chaos, and that
they
would
need to have
their feelings of depression and sorrow.
Well, I was going to say that this needs to actually encompass the environment that would best reduce that
calming
sorrow.
Environment, though. Yeah, they do need something
reduce
calmer.
Bad feelings or depression. But yeah, I mostly have to agree with that.
Are you kidding me, Patton? We have plenty of tea. And one of my favorites is Earl Grey.
Admittedly, I am majorly a coffee drinker, but generally in the evenings, especially colder evenings, I like a good cup of tea, just the regular kind of tea.
Oh, you're welcome, my sweet Christina.
I hope that's an answer that you can, help assist the family with getting towards. I mean, what it does look like is that if you're looking for the best for the children, you have to take them more into account than almost any other part of it.
I need my tiles.
You do.
I do. All right, so...
Yeah, tea is great in the evenings or,
I do both, Angel, obviously, and with him in the house...
Well, Angel may be able to relate to this, but I believe that we knew at least one librarian who swore she drank 20 cups a day and that she would shoot it up if she could.
We're not that hardcore, Mr. O.
I have a goal. I have measured that when I
Josephine, you are up, as I cut him off. January girls next, Angel Rivera, Gina, Apple and Eve, and Mama T, and Dr. V.
You did cut me off.
You may go on now.
I forgot what I wanted to say.
So, I am drinking a white tea right now. I like white tea a lot, more than green tea, but I'm drinking more green tea because it's got a lot of antioxidants. I can use that.
All right, and there's our question. Hi, Josephine.
Hey, Josephine. This year with someone who understands you. Well, I certainly hope so.
Do you have a deck for that?
I don't have my mermaid today.
I like a darker coffee, but I'm always going to put sugar and some cream in it.
Let me use the Robin Wood.
I like a hearty, robust flavor in my coffee.
I gotta have some creamer and some sugar substitute. Stevia, really, I use stevia.
Yeah, there is usually that. You're right about that, Apony. There may be, a process to go to.
Oh, well, there are so many different varieties of tea, though. I get a lot of herbal teas as well as the regular, what is it? Excuse me, black teas, green teas. I like Chinese teas. I love jasmine tea. Oh, it's so good. Shuffle.
If I like tea only with lemon and sweetener, I don't like tea with milk or cream in it. I'll drink it. It's okay, but it's not really what I like. I like that bite of lemon in my tea. How are we doing this question?
Well, I did like real sugar, but I had to cut back somewhere. And also, we drink a lot of tea or coffee, so it could add up to a lot of sugar. I don't put any sugar or anything in my tea. I do use lemon. I love lemon in teas. Wow, nothing screams romance in this reading, I have to say, Josephine. Actually, maybe we should have done a yes/no on that, but let's
Well, I did ask you a few moments ago.
I know. Let's look at this though. It's the 5 of Wands upright.
Why do you English folks always put yous in words that we don't?
Oh,
that actually came up recently.
I can't believe that came up on Twitter. I thought that was rude.
I don't think there's a big deal either way.
Well, I thought it was. Yeah, I know, because I don't either.
Okay, back to Josephine.
Wait a minute. I've worked in medical libraries and things all the time where I see the English words, spelled differently. No big deal. Go ahead.
God, we just went through so much. Okay, there we are. 5 of Wands upright.
And now we have the 7 of Wands upright. So you see, Josephine, it's just not inherently romantic here. But we'll take a look at this in some context.
It's a man in a kilt.
Well, there is a man in a kilt. Okay, I'll give you that. Followed by the Queen of Swords.
Okay, right? Maybe you're right.
So I almost think that maybe there's going to be some activity, in the romance department by the looks of things here. There will be some. And you know what? You just have to stand up for what you're really looking for here. You have to make it clear, and not accept, anything else. And the bottom line is, right there, that Queen of Swords is showing somebody who's very sharp, very discerning, and you know what? Sometimes you've got to be that way. It's hard when you're swept off your feet, in a romantic encounter, but you really have to stand up for yourself. That middle card right there, I think, is the key here.
We might have to go back really and do a yes or no,
Okay.
I think. But I sort of feel like what this is saying is it's talking about your situation, perhaps. And I mostly agree with Banshee. I think it's just saying, like, there may be some chaff amongst the wheat, so as they say. And so basically you are in the position of really being the decider, because that's what a Queen of Swords is too, is the person who has to make the judgment call or has the ability to discern where the wheat is in that chaff.
So I'm going to say it is possible. You will meet somebody or you will have some decisions to make. That's kind of what it looks like there. Let's
throw those Lenormands.
Throw this first before we do. Oh, I should have let you go first, but I grabbed it. So, what do you got?
Okay.
I think something's going to happen this year.
We think something could happen this year because she drew the bouquet and I drew the heart. The bouquet is generally a gift.
Mm-hmm. So I
and the heart.
there's something very joyful that could develop this year, that's going to be very exciting, romantic. I do feel that's definitely possible.
And before she led us away with the idea of standing up for yourself and all that, I had this feeling like, well, maybe this just sort of meets at this one that is attractive to you, or that you feel a resonance to.
Rises above the rest.
Well, no, I wasn't going to say that either.
Darn.
I was going to say that maybe they're a little standoffish.
Oh.
But, your wisdom or intellect will kind of turn the tables in your favor, that, it will be a matter of you choosing that person more than them choosing you. I was going to say something like that, but then I kind of went along with her.
Well, it's funny, though, and it's awesome, and he should go with his gut, because the thing is that, and you do mostly, I'm sorry, and the thing is that when I look at that card, now that you've said that, Josephine, I could almost see you being that person on the top there, like you have the vantage point, and you're looking at all those suitors below you, those possibilities from that 5 card there. They're now standing below you, and you're like, yeah, which one really is suitable for me? Because I deserve better, and I'm going to make sure I hold out for that.
So are we?
Well, we could. Let's just see. Well, how do you want to word that one?
Well, just the way her question was. Will it be this year?
Will it be this year? Let's use the same deck. Okay. All right. That you find somebody who understands you. Yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no Lenormand, just a up and up yes, no. Because that looks pretty promising.
It does seem like it's somebody you will meet, as opposed to somebody you have now or know now.
What an absolutely beautiful day it is outside today. My gosh. Sun shining, warm, just wonderful. Got out for just a little bit.
I've had a sneezy last week and a lot of nasal
the
running.
Allergies.
So, yeah, that's what Pat is saying.
And the man has left the room.
Well, there goes one bit of irritation in the air for me, since he tends to shed a lot.
And by the way, we have to wash this one. Look at all this hair in here. Get the hair off. And also get the other one out. We do have another one we could use too. All right, let's see.
Maybe.
Whoa. Wow, why is it leaning towards no? Because it's such a good no, Josephine.
So it's a maybe.
So it is a maybe that you will find just that person that will click with you.
Because there's your ace.
Yeah, and we have the Ace of Swords was the only ace, but then we've got the 6 of Cups upright and the World upright.
Is that the 6 of Cups?
Yes, it is. I know, I thought it was the 9 at first.
The image is a little different, isn't
yep.
it? Yeah, from the typical.
It reminds me of the 9 of Cups one. But yeah.
In a way, yeah. And in the World.
Yeah.
So what does this mean?
So I really think there is some success for you this year. I don't know why it's a maybe. It might be because you might click with somebody who really understands you and it might go well, but maybe it's not really going to be a long-term thing. I mean, that's possible, but there might be some success here, and it may have some ties to your childhood or your past.
Oh, darn you beat me. That's what I was going to say, is maybe there's somebody from the past who will return.
Yeah.
Whether they were involved with you romantically or not, maybe it does represent the idea that maybe somebody you knew before. Oh, I guess there's panic in the chat room.
Oh, Patton, you take care. It's good seeing you as always.
All right, Patton. I'm going to do another little prayer
seeing
for you
you
later.
virtually, that is. All right. So, hey, that's what we have for you. This is really, keep hope alive this year, Josephine. Something is happening. Something is going to happen.
We sure hope so. Yes.
Right. So, let me move
Yes, I
this.
do these kind of little typo things all the time. Very
Oh, my
irritated by
goodness.
them. Take care, Patton.
You
And
know-
you are welcome, Josephine. Good luck.
Intuitive text should just go away. I'm sorry. That just should go away.
It's too
not all that
embarrassing.
helpful.
It's just so
It's not all that
embarrassing.
intuitive. Give us edit buttons for crying out loud, and that's what we need.
All right, so what's up?
Especially on the Twitter.
Yeah, it seems to me like you have that kind of patience of a wise ruler, the Queen of Swords, Josephine.
Yeah.
So
Hang in there.
you have time. I mean, none of us are going anywhere very quickly, we believe. So you can hold out for the best, the one that stands above.
Hey, January girl, you are next, and then Angel Rivera, Gina, Apple and Eve, Mama T, and Dr. V.
Alrighty. Oh, okay. Well, I like to go into this
I
one
like this
blind
one.
in a way, because then that way, things, we could do those.
Yes,
The
that's
twos,
what I
yes,
wanted
okay.
to do.
So is it
Let's
my
see.
deck again? Let's use the karma.
Okay.
So I want you to start so that you can have them first. All right, I think we know just how to do this reading, and the less information, the better. So let's just see what we can do. We'll determine the one on the left is the nearby one, and then the one on our right will be the longer commute. So we're going to pull 2 cards for each and
So
try
this
to.
is basically which one will schedule them for the next 30 days straight. Well, let's see. And you'll have to let us know if
Oh,
we
so
were
the
right
question
or
is
not.
whether either of them will do that schedule.
Yes.
Ah.
So is
okay.
that still, does that change
Yeah,
your
I
mind?
guess we could do that.
We could still do it and see.
Yeah.
If there's any question, there's always the yes, no.
Exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
a good
I
point.
get that. That's a good thing.
Absolutely, you should pursue that. Yep.
One more. Sorry.
Not a problem.
Okay.
And we had a nice salad at lunchtime,
Oh, my goodness. I should have taken a picture of
but
that
I'm
one.
already hungry again.
He just put it together. He had all these, the colorful peppers in there,
Carrots,
and
cucumbers, lettuce.
had it looking so nice and
And
colorful.
then we used one of those Star-Kissed tuna packs. It was a herb and
Garlic and herb.
yeah. So it's very nice. Thank you.
Nice and healthy.
But I'm hungry.
Hmm.
A good lifetime ago when I would eat salad at a place I worked at, everybody would laugh at me and say, "He's eating rabbit food." But here I am, young and beautiful still after all these years.
Young and beautiful.
Okay.
Part of that is maybe right.
Maybe.
But which
No,
part?
neither are very right.
Come on, Mr. O. Don't be down on yourself. Not even looking at them yet.
January girl.
So the first one was what? The one nearby. We've got the Star reversed, and we've got the King of Swords upright.
Yes, I like that combination, Gina. So we have, this was about the one that's closer, right?
Yep.
The Star reversed and the King of Swords.
The only thing I would have put on my salad and I forgot is some crushed walnuts. That would have been perfect.
Do we want to talk about this one first then?
The Star reversed and the King of... Yes, we do. So the one nearby, it seems like, is not as optimistic to me. It's possible. I mean, I think they're making their decision.
Sit down.
They're making their decision, but I'm not so sure I'm that hopeful about that one because of the Star reversed.
I almost feel like I'm picking up the vibe of a mean person who's in charge, and I'm not sure why I want to say that about him, but maybe because he just looks a little surly to me, this King of Swords person here. So I almost feel like it's telling me that maybe there's somebody there that's really no nonsense. They're just really by the book.
Well, right. You know what? That King of Swords might represent that. That maybe they're going by some kind of particular protocol or something, and there's somebody they have to offer it to first. I don't know. Something like that maybe. But
So then,
okay, well, let's take a look at this one. This one's got some ups and downs, too. We have the Eight of Wands reversed.
I know what that tells
I
me.
do, too. And the Grandmaster, that's the Hierophant, upright. I think you're going to end up there.
I also think, too, that it's going to be really sluggish getting there, maybe, and that, you're going to maybe be pissed off or annoyed that it's taking so long. But if you could hold through, you might feel more in charge there or more like you're part of them, at least as much as you want to be, because I understand maybe you do have a little bit of a dichotomy overall with teaching, perhaps.
Right, and that's the funny part of it. That's like the card of the teacher.
In a way it is, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. So it's interesting to me. So it'd be for educational institutions. The Eight of Wands seems like you're feeling like it's a waste of energy, or it is draining. You find it draining to drive that way. It's possible too that it could be indicating you might find the work there draining as well. But it looks like that's where you might end up.
That's the second school.
That's the second school.
But we sort of both feel like maybe you're more likely to end up there. I'm not sure why.
I'm not sure I want to do a Lenormand for both of these. Let's just do a Lenormand about the situation in general.
Okay, yeah. I should go first.
You should.
Oh, maybe not.
Oh, no.
The mice!
No.
Damn those mice! The mice had the little needy problems,
And
possibly.
the fish. Okay, so what is bizarre about this?
This is bizarre.
It is bizarre because it almost sounds like something might be eating away at your resources. But then again, the fish is swimming towards the mice.
It's like you got to pay a little to play a little to pay a little, or pay a little to play a little, however that saying goes. Like, sort of like both of them really have almost the same amount of push-pull on them, I think is what it's saying.
So, for you to get the bonuses or the money, you have to go through a little bit more of petty annoyances. I think this fits perfectly, doesn't it? When you think about it, so yes, you will get the money, the bonus or whatever it is you're working for there. But to do it, you're going to have to suffer the little annoyances of driving further and the little additional stress and strain that it brings. That's exactly what I'm sorry.
Well, as much as we're allowed to say that.
Right.
But we do offer a money-back guarantee.
I mean, that's really what it looks like when I see those two Lenormands together. What do you think?
I kind of think I'm going with that idea. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering about that last thought January sends us.
Well, that's a good point. And I mean, this could possibly be indicating that maybe ultimately it wasn't worth it, because the mice, and you'll be irritated by that. That I can't rule that out in this case, January girl, but I definitely can say it looks like you're going with the second place.
Bottom card. 8 of coins, and that just says to me a sense of disappointment about how your skills are being utilized, or where you've gone with your skills. Like, you just don't feel really like it's worked out for you exactly the way you would like. Maybe you felt like maybe your skills or something, like the rewards are just not quite there as much for you. That's sort of downbeat, isn't it? I'm sorry.
I don't know. I guess I'm not looking at it quite like that. It might mean that I would say the rewards. In other words, you'll feel like, was it worth it? Since he pulled that bottom card, I guess I'm looking at it that way. Was it worth it because of the extra time and energy involved? Maybe you'll be questioning that ultimately.
Okay, I like that. That just really, it brings you to that point of questioning.
Oh, bummer. But let's see how it works out, January
Good luck.
girl. That's just the way the cards are looking at it right now. You'll have to keep us posted on this one. Be curious to find out if we pegged the place.
Yeah, I would too.
All right, Angel Rivera, you are up, and then Gina, Apple and Eve, Mama T, and Dr. V.
Okay. Hello there, boy. Yeah.
Well, you just might think it wasn't worth it in the long run, either too much stress, strain. Sometimes you get the bonus, but you think about it later and think, I don't want to go through that again.
No, we do think that you'll probably get the pay, but it just may be some other reflection afterwards about whether it was worth it.
Well, I will say
You're welcome.
that the mice card with the fish kind of is making me wobble a little bit on that. I'm pretty sure you're going to get the bonus. It might be other things that you'll just not be happy about.
Yeah. Okay. And you're welcome.
And you are welcome. Sometimes the tarot can't totally hone in on it, but it got pretty close there, I think. Or we can't.
Angel wants to look at the week ahead.
Is that your deck?
I thought we used mine already.
Oh, the karma. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Seems like I'm all blocked up now.
It's this cat hair flying around here.
Maybe it is since the return of the cat.
It's your fault.
It's our fault. We didn't brush him. Well, but we finally found a cat, a cat hairball medicine that they will all eat. And it's catnip flavored. That one works.
Yeah, and it really does seem to work. The hairball coughing and hacking is down, more or less, which was really kind of worrisome with one in particular. The
Well, just
one that
one.
has the, what?
Just one of them.
Yeah, one of them more than the others.
Not this one.
Not this one. This one is like
The special one.
unstoppable.
Our Shadow.
He's unstoppable.
Shadow is a hard one to brush and has the worst hair too and needs to be brushed.
What do you think about that?
Possibly, if you're talking about the closer school over the other one, I think it's possible if it's that one because the King of Swords was upright. They may look at you with an objective frame of mind, and if they're able to do so, they might take that into consideration. It's just that star was reversed there, so I'm just not so sure. But I don't think anything would be hurt from trying. Oh, wow. We have the Ten of Cups upright. Nice way to start, Angel. We have the King of Wands upright.
No, it's reversed.
Oh,
Or should it have been upright?
it was upright. Did I
Okay.
get it to you wrong?
Yeah, you did.
It was upright.
Okay. Trusting you.
No, it was. This was the only reversal. The Three of Swords.
All right.
So,
You're welcome.
which I like to see. So,
Mm-hmm.
I actually feel that, well, I don't know if this is workplace or not. It doesn't necessarily have to be. But I do feel there's some great happiness amidst a collective of people. Whether it's family, whether it's, coworkers, at some happy things at the work environment. And look at that Three of Swords is reversed. It's almost as if, I don't know, maybe there's a feeling like now things are on track again, say whatever this is that's caused everybody to feel better. They feel as though there's some great relief here too.
Well, when I looked at that and you started to talk, I said, I remember that one thing in the Gong Foi Chi or whatever it's
Gung
called.
Hei Fat Choi.
Passing trouble, or is that like when you get a certain number
Well,
of cards?
passing trouble is also in my other
Yeah.
deck of cards. Yeah.
And so I feel this
cards.
is about passing trouble, maybe.
Yeah.
And really being able to sort of enjoy that moment. Like maybe there's just a sense of a community, a family, a workplace, or whatever. All of them just sort of really having happy feeling over this.
Somebody's taking the lead on this.
Is this the king?
Yes, it's the king.
So it may be that there's somebody who either engenders this in people, somebody you look up to you, or maybe it's yourself. You know, it's kind of like the King of Wands. It's somebody magnetic and personable. And I think it's just showing that things are really, in this next week, really going to uplift. We're going to just see people feel like, oh, we've gotten through things. And I saw it this weekend. I took a little jaunt this weekend. I had to go somewhere. And I stayed on surface streets and I rode through a number of communities. And I saw all kinds of people out at parks that I passed by. And nearly everybody was wearing masks and everybody seemed to be doing the right thing. So I felt good about it.
You know, this could also be that King of Wands could be you, Angel, in that, you know, you staying on top of things, you know, showing some real leadership ability with the way you are organizing your workflow and everything. You know, it's just making the week flow for you. You know, there's a lot more harmony in your workplace because of it. And you feel like, you know, things have turned a corner maybe in some way. So I could also see that when I look at those three cards together there.
It's kind of like that kind of person they talk about who just seems to be able to get people to cooperate naturally and just really seems to be magnanimous and engender support. And I'm wondering if really that's kind of the role you can play this week.
That does sound nice for a change. Yeah, you know, it does. So hopefully it's just going to be a nice, smooth, easygoing week there. But I think a lot hinges on the fact that you've just got everything under control. You know, you're kind of on top of the game, and maybe you're coming up with some new innovative ways of doing some things that is just going to make the week fly by in a very positive manner. Go ahead and grab one, Mr.
He looks like a druid. And I have the book.
Oh, funny that. As if I needed any more confirmation that it's your workplace.
Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder, eh?
I can't seem to grab the right one. That one. And the child. So, I think this is just going to be a week of simple kind of small gains. You know, small gains at the workplace. This could also be, you know, you're going to be maybe handling, you know, to me too, that's really interesting because it's also research. So it could be just a modest amount of research questions. I don't know. But are you guys in finals? Are you done? What's going on there? This is already May, so things are either heating up for you or maybe there's a little lull now.
I think there's a comfort in finding out things that are not super important, but, you know, like just little small mysteries or little small questions. Thank you, Sun Man.
Oh, Sonny getting comfortable here. I don't think he's done with his shenanigans.
No doubt. So I think that's what the book and the child are, and I'm combining that kind of with the Ten of Cups because I think that's really an important card here too, and I sort of feel the book also combines with that elder there. So I think this is mostly little questions being answered, little things being found out that really bring a lot of comfort or joy for some reason.
Yeah. I think things are going to start winding down. I think that's part of what the child and book is. But, and it just seems like it's going to be a great week. Hey, good luck with that.
Oh.
So, Gina, you are up, and then Apple and Eve, Mama T, and Dr. V.
Well, let's give Gina a different deck.
Oh.
'Cause
Hand me my
they've
pagan
asked for-
cards.
Yes. And
Ah, making it up as they go. Why doesn't that surprise me? Oh my goodness, there's been so much of that. But on a plus, we pretty much have what we need. Oh, that's good. Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see it.
how will their gardens grow?
Okay, just a change of pace. So do you want a different deck? Okay, use that one. Ah, I keep getting the Seven of Pentacles, and I keep thinking it's trying to tell me I should grow something. But I mean, I'm in a condo here. I grow things indoors. I got the cats to contend with. I could do a little bit outside with a little space there, but I just have no green thumb. Well, I could tell you stories, but maybe not. Kind of letting my work life go from the last job.
Hi, Laura.
Laura, hey. Good to see you here. Okay, So we're doing 3 cards. I'm cutting. Oops. There. Uh-oh. Well, it's the 3 of Swords, but don't worry about that. I have some thoughts here on that. And then the Page of Cups is upright. I like that card for this. And then we have the Two of Cups reversed. This is interesting to me because I'm trying to think of all of these cards in relation to a garden. Just reminded me, too, I have to get my Garden Dragons book or cards out again for some of the collective readings. Go ahead.
Really?
Yeah, I have a great...
Do you have roses? I have a feeling roses or some other plant are going to give you a problem and you're not going to like it. Like maybe they're not going to thrive and you're going to feel like you should just do away with them or you're just worried about them. The other thing too, I guess, is that maybe you will feel that someone else can help you somehow that isn't. And I'm not sure if that's more like help from another source, like not a partner that gets down there and pulls weeds with you. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it is a little, but I'm not much, it's kind of like with me at sports. I know a little bit about sports, so I can throw some things in there. I know very little about gardening, but I'm going to toss some ideas out there for you, Gina, because I'm looking at the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords could be about separation. And so I'm wondering if you need to separate some things. You have to be careful what you're planting next to what you've planted next to each other this year. Or it could mean that you...
Pull the weeds. Get the weeds out.
It could mean that you have to, possibly remove some stuff. Because also when I see that Two of Cups reversed, I'm thinking that quite clearly here. And the Page of Cups is indicating that, you might benefit from some, I think that they will definitely benefit from some serious nurturing, on your part. And you know what? You probably have a really great green thumb. So I think this year, the Page of Cups is also saying, go with your gut on things. What feels right to you? What are the things you feel your plants need? Really try to connect with them. I really think that's what the Page of Cups is here saying. And some of it might mean that you need to do some extra pruning. You need to do some extra cutting away. That's that 3 of Swords.
weeds never bothered me a whole lot.
Ah.
I sort of feel like, and I don't know how to say this because I'm not sure it really applies to you, but like maybe your heart is not into it as much this year, or right now maybe you're just thinking you have to really kind of cultivate more what's within you too, because you mentioned that this is just as much metaphysical as about actual gardening.
Well, I'm going to stick with what I said there, because I think there's something that needs to be cut or culled. Pruning to do later. Yep. So you're going to have to keep up with it, and I really feel that they need nurturing. The Two of Cups, reversed, is saying they really need that nurturing, or, they could fail. And it's looking as though with the page, like I said, you seem to have a very almost intuitive knowing about, what your plants need. So I don't know if you really needed us for this, because that's what it looks like to me, but should I go first? I guess.
Sure. I have a real tickle in my throat, so I'm going to have to go and fetch me a...
Well, look, can you grab one of these quick?
I can.
Oh! This is very interesting.
The stork again.
Okay.
I'm going to die.
I'll let him go, and I will just say right now, because I can't reach the camera, that we have the snake and the stork. I pulled the snake first, and then the stork. This is really interesting to me. The stork is about change. You may have to change something your way with how you...
I can put those up.
No, I want to hold them a minute.
Okay.
You're going to have to change your methods with how you deal with, how should I say this? Critters or predators are you growing any kind of food or things that rabbits and other animals would like, So I think here too you got to change some way that you handle and manage predatory things, whether it's bugs, whether it's animals trying to eat at your crops.
Trolls on the internet. It could be about metaphysics too, right?
Oh, maybe. But that's what I see. So what do you see, Mr. O? Now that you're back?
Now that I'm back, I'm almost able to speak again. I think in terms of gardening, the snakes could be talking about strangulation, which could imply weeds.
That's true.
But maybe the stork says that there's a different way to handle, a new way to handle weeds that doesn't necessarily imply the old ways, pulling them out, poisoning them. Maybe there's a way to put something else there that takes care of the weeds, another plant that weeds don't like or will move closer to, or something bizarre.
I like what you said there, Gina, because, the transplanting, again, snakes shed their skin. And so it could be about that, and the stork is talking about birthing new things from that. So, yeah, and worms in the soil. Doggone you, Gina. I'm going to fist bump you on that one. That was really good. Good analogy there, which, of course, me, the gardener, did not immediately think of. I thought of predators because I'm thinking of the sneaky or, kind of malevolent element of the snake.
Well, some snakes eat bugs in the garden that might be otherwise adverse to plants, so...
But I think that's awesome. Good thinking. And that was an interesting reading. Thanks for asking that question. I like it.
But it still kills them. You merciful killer, you.
Apple cider vinegar. Ah. The many uses of apple cider vinegar.
One of my favorite songs about nature, what?
My tiles?
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Is the song Survival by Yes. And I believe the chorus says something like, all life dies for a reason, to put its strength into the season.
to put its strength back into the season or something like that. Yes.
Into the season.
So, yes. Gosh, I love Yes songs. So cool, the lyrics for some of them. Indeed.
Well,
Mr.
just the opening, this
love
extended
Survive.
drum solo in the beginning.
Yeah. Well, we're waxing on Yes here, and it's Apple and Eve's turn. Hey, you are welcome. That was cool, Gina. Nice reading. I like that. And I love the challenge. I
felt like a blooming idiot myself.
I like the, trying to, yes, there are ways to fit the cards into questions such as that.
Sometimes I get better at it.
So, hey, Apple and Eve, you are up, and then Mama T, and then Dr. V. And we've just been taking our time. Apologies to everybody here, but, we're enjoying the company, a lively chat.
Oh, right. I remember you mentioned this earlier.
Okay, well, we can try.
How do you want to do that?
I don't know. I don't have that reading, but... And that reminds me, I was going to do another reading for my shop, which I might be able to incorporate here from time to time.
Well, I have the Tarot of the Ages, which does have some ideas towards different nationalities or different cultures around the world. So let's try with that.
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
that. Do I have that? Let's see.
Of course you can, Laura. We have added you to the list.
Oh, Laura,
you forgot
I
to
forgot
put her down
you. No,
there.
I did not add you to the list.
It's funny because as she named Dr. V, and I thought, there's somebody after that.
But
There's
you
somebody
will
after
be right after Dr. V. I'm sorry. We certainly have time for you.
It is not too late. No.
I might throw one of these cards because they have an ancestor basis to them. Or have you pick one.
Of course. Hi, Sonali.
Oh, hey, Sonali. Oh, man. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, okay, we will do that. Our list is not very long.
Yeah, there's just 4 people in front of you, I think. 1, 2, 3. No, 3 people. Well, counting Apple and Eve, who we're doing now. 4 people in front of you.
So we're using the Tarot of the Sacred Ages for...
Tarot of the Ages.
Tarot of the Ages. Whoops.
It's okay.
For your reading.
This, I think I got this deck before you did.
Possibly.
So, yeah. Love
I remember
this.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I read from this regularly for years.
So we doing 3 cards, and
Yeah.
how are we? Okay.
And then we're going to just try to intuit or see what we feel there.
Okay, so we have the 2 of Rods reversed. We have the Page of Swords reversed. We have the 5 of Coins reversed. So this was not an easy lifetime.
Yeah, there were a lot of challenges here, and mostly you felt not in control at times.
But I feel as though you finally were able to kind of make a little headway. Before we go into the actual reading itself, Mr. O, let's pull one of these.
Okay.
Because I want to see if we can pick up something about culture here, maybe. This deck that I'm using is called the Ancestor Spirit Oracle cards. Highly recommend this deck. It's so awesome. And it gives us some background on some different cultures. It might speak to us about something that will give us an idea of timing. I feel you were young in this lifetime. I'm not sure if you did not live a full life, or this is speaking about the period of your youth in particular that was important in this lifetime. It's kind of what I'm getting there. And don't worry about reversals. You don't need to for this. For what I'm using it for. Shine brightly. But look at that. Very Aboriginal card we got for you here, esoterics. What number? Well, wait, what is it called?
Shine brightly. It's a
that.
beautifully colored card. It looks like it could be, I guess, is that South American?
It's called the Huli Wigmen. Have lived in the southern highlands of Papua New Guinea for the past few thousand years. The Huli Wigmen are ferocious warriors who wear wild, elaborate wigs that are created from their own hair and beautiful colored feathers. Their extravagant appearance includes painted faces, ornate bone, and bamboo nose piercings. This is really interesting because we're showing a youth card there, the page, and it says here, esoterics, at around 14, the boys go and live at wig school in all male groups without any contact with females. In wig school, the Huli boys learned about hunting, building, and the traditions of Huli wigmen. They also learned to grow their hair and make their wigs. The wig-making process is extremely important for the males. A Huli man must make all of his wigs before he marries. The young men also take part in ceremonial rituals, have magic spells put on them, and follow strict diets to help hair growth. Wow! So I get the feeling this past life was you were a man. You were a man in this past life, and this time in your life that maybe has some significance for the now is the fact that you were involved in all this magic and ritual.
I see that too. Are you
warfare.
feeling that this was the actual culture, or could have been?
I think
or
it could have been.
one?
I think a similar type culture.
So I feel that way too, and I guess what it says to me too is that there were particular challenges or times where you felt you weren't making that challenge, and maybe some of that is the resolve that came to you in life since then to develop more of this metaphysical quality, like maybe the metaphysics of what they were about or the magic of what they were about didn't resonate as much in your soul, the warrior tradition.
Yes.
But it was the catalyst in a way, because I'm thinking that's the clue there with the Five of Coins, the idea that rather than not feeling something, you did feel something, you felt something, and you moved beyond lifetimes towards it. You continue to move towards it.
I'm just going to give a slightly different angle on this. But, I like what he said. That was very, very nice storytelling there. And I feel as though I'm looking at the Page of Swords with that Two of Wands. I know, I saw that.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I did. And it's fascinating to me. But here's the thing. I feel that the Page of Swords and the Two of Wands indicates to me, like he said, the warrior angle did not appeal to you, as a young man. It was hard on you. It was hard on you, and you really wanted to let it go. And I think, that was the struggle here, the Five of Coins reversed. Maybe you were helped out, in some ways so that you were able to finally leave it behind, or recover from some of the trauma of being a warrior, maybe as you got older, because I feel here it left a mark on you. The ritual magic remained, and so maybe the takeaways from this is that, the psychic abilities, the things that you feel, there's a true connection from this life here where you really felt more in tune with nature and the magic than you did with the war. And also, if you find yourself gravitating to being more a peaceful person, not liking war and conflict, it could be because of this lifetime.
Are you ready to take a breath?
That's what I had to say.
I almost forgot what I wanted to say.
Sorry.
But I feel like that Aboriginal woman might have been your spirit or soul in the past life. Like maybe you were in this kind of setting more than once, and maybe at the point you were the male person, you were more informed by the female spirit that was from another previous life. In other words, this has been a dance with you through lives over time.
Possibly esoteric, possibly, but you know what? I think the Aboriginal woman is either your mother or possibly a woman you were betrothed to, as a partner
I
in
think
that
it's
life.
your female spirit that was inside that life.
I don't
Or
know.
it could be those things too.
I don't know, because I definitely feel you were a man in this life.
Yeah.
So it's possible, of course, what he says is true, but I'm thinking that woman is somebody who was close to you in that life.
This is an awesome reading.
This
I
was
hope
a
you
very
think so.
interesting reading. I'm glad I thought to combine these cards with it, because it does seem to fit together nicely.
We
And I was
should
already
do-
thinking, how am I going to combine all these past life things together
Okay.
into some wham-bam reading?
So it's probably more what you're saying.
I don't know.
Well, that's what she thinks.
Oh.
But let's pull our Lenormand now.
Yeah, well, let's muddle this further. But I do think it was not easy for you. And of
Yeah.
course, the men were all about war and hunting. And if you had that more softer side, more feminine side, it is harder.
It could be saying that was your lifetime, but then that resolve from that lifetime was that you wanted to be more of the healer
Look
in
at
a
that.
future lifetime. The lily and the house.
You felt more comfortable being vulnerable, innocent, being, virtuous, as opposed to being a person of war. I mean, look at the lily. To me, it's serenity, it's peace, it's all of that, and that's where you really felt your heart, belonged.
I love it too. Yeah, I think that although you may have had to be in that life, your heart was somewhere else and you took comfort somewhere else. And that probably was maybe a turning point in terms of your lives where maybe up until then you were going back and forth. I tend to believe that in between lives, our spirit says, I want you to experience this. Don't you want to experience that too? And so maybe this was a life where that said, oh, let's experience being in this more macho culture. And you realize in life, that's not really me. You don't want to be that in future lifetimes.
And you know what, E.T.? I got to tell you, when he drew that, when I drew that Two of Wands first reversed, when that came up, look at that card. I felt it was very earthy, and I felt it was going to go back to some kind of tribal culture before I picked that, or he picked that card. So when he picked that card out, I was like, that's why I said, how perfect is that? Because I already was going that way. So interesting. I
right.
really like this reading.
That was
Thanks
pretty
for
cool. Very cool. Very cool.
that.
Whoops, sorry.
Oh,
I scared Sunman.
you did scare the man.
So,
My Aboriginal, there it is, the book. I was just good for that. All right,
Sunman.
Ancestral. Sonny, chill out.
Chill
out. Here's the rest of your deck, Mr. O. Which I love that deck. All right, so that was it for... Yeah, it was cool. You're welcome. What a neat reading. Dr. V. Oh, no, Mama T. Mama T, you are up, and after Mama T is Dr. V. And then Laura Antonelli.
many blessings. Thank you.
And to you as well. Okay, changes are coming. The upcoming week, you absolutely can.
All
We're
right.
going to do it with...
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things changing in the air. Somebody said that there's some interest in astrology, which I didn't really get what the interpretation was, but it sounded unusual, what planets were going into what signs and that kind of thing.
Yeah, things are shifting, and unfortunately, we are going to have a Mercury retrograde, but it's not till the end of the month, so hang in there. I was reading, I don't know if it was the Tarot Ladies horoscopes or somebody else's, but around May 11th, which I think the moon might be in Taurus, the new moon in Taurus is supposed to be very powerful for me, for Aries, I should say. So I am for manifesting things, so hey, I'm looking forward to that. All right, Mr. O. I can't wait till I figure out how to work with the Phoenix cards too with everything. I don't know. I'm just going to have an experiment day, Banshee play date I call it, where I just kind of cross the streams and mix the cauldrons of my decks and try to come up with new things to read.
Don't worry, I'll warn everybody first.
For people.
Could you move that?
Move what? Oh, yes. And I don't want to cover that wonderful display either. Sorry. All right. Well, nothing earth-shaking here, but there are some reversals, so I think it plays into maybe some worries you have. We have the Judgment reversed card. We have the Page of Cups reversed card. And then we have the Nine of Wands reversed card. So, the Nine of Wands, I'm going to start at the beginning because I feel like Judgment right off the bat is, let's not... it kind of plays into the different changes. Let's not judge the changes before they've happened, I guess is what I want to say. So let's try to be more open-minded from the get-go here. Because I also see with the Page of Cups, it's kind of like maybe reversed. It's kind of like maybe we're letting some negative news or some negative worries that we have cloud our judgment a little bit. And I think the worries and the news is valid. It's something to worry about. But don't let it make you feel like, the rest of the week is going to go down the toilet because of it. And the Nine of Wands there, again, sometimes you feel like you're going to you failed in some way, or that you have to throw in the towel on something. I think the Nine of Wands reversed is saying not so fast here. Don't give up too soon. Especially if it's something worth doing and worth fighting for, So hang in there for the battle. Sometimes, when the going gets tough, we want to get going and run away. But this is saying, don't give up too soon.
Is there something coming up in this next week that maybe constitutes a lesson or a shifting of some paperwork or decisions? Because I sort of feel like you're not looking forward to that, and you sort of feel like you don't really relate to it, like you're having a hard time understanding or feeling like it's important enough for you to have to worry about. But it's something that maybe you can't necessarily avoid. So I'm wondering if it's paperwork that suggests you're signing off on something or you're signing on for something. And then the other thing, too, is just like I said, you're not feeling really like you want to do this. It's not like you don't want to do it. You're just sort of maybe a little bit puzzled as to why you need to do it maybe at this time, or maybe you are actually looking to put it off for certain reasons. Okay.
See, I like when you, okay. Yeah, and you know what, Monty, when he's talking here, I do see something else. It's kind of like there is this feeling of something unfair or something that just seems to be like some negative karma being thrown at you. You feel you don't necessarily deserve. It's enough where you feel like, yeah, maybe I should abandon this ship, But make sure you're not letting your emotions cloud your own judgment here in this matter. Certainly the news might be upsetting, but, you have to try to think clearly your way through the situation.
Well, I think mostly the best thing you can do right now is if you can't put off an immediate decision that needs to be asked for, like you can't put it off for at least a week, because I'm feeling like a week is going to change this in a way that what it really comes down to, I think, is you having to just try to be comfortable with it. That you're just going to have to try to find a way to make your peace with whatever this decision is or what these qualities are bringing here.
I feel like there's and this is about the week ahead, so I feel like that's what you're going to be dealing with, but that this is not necessarily like a tower moment. It's not an earth-shattering week. So, it seems like whatever's happening here is transitory, and, it is either developing or changing. We should just see how things unfold this week and carry on next week and see how things improve from there.
It is
I think I'm
possible,
babbling
too,
now.
that some of these cards suggest that maybe you're putting more into it without knowing, and so maybe the sooner you do kind of find out, get on the playing table with it by opening the letter or looking at the paperworks that you have to look at. Now we have a dog for you, a loyal little doggy, representing loyalty.
And a gentleman. Well, I don't know if this is a friend of the family. I don't know if this is a family member. I don't know if it's your better half. But somebody there is true blue loyal to you. Somebody there is by your side to make sure that things are going to be all right. They want to be there by your side, as this all unfolds.
I think it's your husband. I think that's what that represents there. Your man is going to stand by you and help you with this. And I think that maybe that's what the Page of Cups is that maybe, and I'm just going to ask, is your husband a little younger than you or at least younger than you? Because I just sort of get the feeling like you should look towards his maybe younger point of view to kind of help you in the calming down thing, or to at least offer a perspective that maybe you don't see yet and maybe would help you, relate to this better. Not quite, Dr. V.
Oh, you're next, Dr. V.
You're next, though,
Hang
so
in
don't go
there.
anywhere.
So that's what we have for you. I do think it is your husband. I do. That will be helpful. I'm just saying.
He is younger by 2 years.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Mr. O. Leave it to Mr. O.
So I think he's the rock you should turn to, and I think that maybe he may be able to offer you a perspective that you haven't been able to consider yet, or you haven't want to, but maybe you just need to hear it again.
Yeah. So, hey, good luck with the week ahead. It's not earth-shaking, but, just got to deal with it. Good luck, good luck, good luck.
Thanks, Mama T. Good luck.
And know you're not alone in that.
And that means...
It's Dr. V.
Dr. Victor.
Oh, gosh. Well, that's funny, because that's how I feel about Mr. O. Mr. O handles the condo association for me, because if I do it,
Somebody coming,
heads are going to roll.
knocking on the door with heavy knocks and stuff like that.
All right, Dr.
You're
V,
very
what can
welcome,
we
Mama
help
T.
you with today?
He said...
And then Laura after that, and Sonali.
Now, earlier, Dr. T said that there was
Dr.
something
V.
he needed clarification on. So let's find out.
Yeah, I don't know if he said that, but... Well, I mean, he said that, but I don't think he wrote the question there.
No, not yet.
All right, you're going to get a deck for this one?
And we are
Let my
nearly
tea
in
go
our
cold.
last half hour. So I'm going to take the Karma Tarot for that.
Okay, Mr. O.
Oh, there we go.
Ah.
I see that, Mama T.
Oh, my gosh, the 3.
Okay.
Well, want to do 3
3,
cards
and
in
then-
that order?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, we got you, Dr. Victor.
You would pick the big deck, though, for that, but that's okay. Jeez, Mr. O.
It's about karma.
It's about karma.
Maybe
No,
it's
it's not. It's about career.
So don't forget to watch Banshee's show. It dropped earlier this morning. I know a few of you here did watch that, so we thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks for joining me in the chat. It was fun. It's always fun. I know I get a little carried away explaining everything again to people.
Banshee's material matters.
But I really felt I babbled somehow during the readings this time. It was like, I don't know. So Mr. O always says, oh, you did fine.
I'm always in the moment. So we'll have to lay them here since he's rudely in your way.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. You can lay them.
Mhm.
I'll explain the layout method.
Okay.
I think you know, though.
Sure. Mhm.
All right. I usually do the cross. So if we got 3, put the first cards out first, and then the bottom underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. You know what I'm saying, right? I know you are.
Okay. This is JJ.
So that's 1, and then 2,
This is JSI.
right?
And then this is P.
Okay.
JJ, JSI, or P. Okay. So, pros and cons, etc. with the first one, JJ. We have 2 cards. We have Judgment, upright, and the King of Coins.
Was upright? Okay.
Yes, it was.
I thought it was reversed.
No, it wasn't.
Wow, well, that's pretty interesting. So that's the one that already clicked, right?
No, it isn't.
Oh, it's JSI.
It's JJ.
Okay, JJ.
There's a lot of energy here. There's a lot of positivity.
Feels like a rebirth of some sort or reawakening of some sort.
It feels like it could maybe just totally move you into something higher.
And what's the King of Coins, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So, I mean, it could make you feel like,
Very
I think
successful.
financially successful,
Very
but maybe
successful.
more so.
This one's JJ, so don't forget that. And it's really like a revelation maybe when it happens, or it's revelatory how it happens or what it really means for you. Okay?
Okay, so the one that clicked, JSI, is got the 6 of coins reversed and the 2 of coins upright. So advantages are, well,
I think there's things there that are controllable, but there's a lot to control. So there's a busy career here. This has got a lot of moving parts, as they say, or different factors. But what is happening here with the 6 of coins reversed is saying that maybe over time or within some frame of time, you'll realize that some of your resources are not adding up, or maybe they're being scattered or something.
well, yeah, good point. I feel as though, okay, the advantage to this one is that there's some balance. There's some ability to kind of maintain some control and perspective there. I mean, all the pieces seem to fit, but the 6 of coins indicates to me that ultimately, this may cost you in some way. Either that balance may shift. In
It's
other words,
probably more about that.
yeah. And I feel as though that like you might feel you are not getting out of it what you're putting into it, if that makes sense to you.
And it may have conflicts for your home life or other parts of your personal life, like how to balance those.
Yeah.
So you may find that you don't like that as much, or you have to make more sacrifices.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll find that worth it in the long haul here.
And I definitely feel that's more of a long haul kind of thing. It's not like really right now.
But I'll tell you what, that last one, P, this does not look very promising. We have the Ace of Swords reversed and the King of Swords reversed. It's interesting they're both swords cards, and it just seems like there's little in it for you, to me.
Sure, Austin.
Yeah, we'll get you in, Austin, not a problem. Little in it for you. What do you think there? I'm going to let you go, I write Austin.
P doesn't seem to have enough of a challenge for you. Maybe there might be things about it that you'll like, but I think in the long run, once again, I don't think it challenges you enough to aspire to more, or maybe what it is it doesn't give you that opportunity.
Right. They may not even give you the opportunity. I'm wondering, because you said, will they click? And I'm thinking maybe they won't. They will not.
So right now, it's actually looking like JJ would be better in the long run for you. Now, what is that question there? JJ, yes.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like from our point of view, and I'm just going to go through that again. This has got a lot of energy and power here, Dr. Victor.
Yeah.
The judgment thing seems to imply that really it's a right decision. It's just harmonious, and it's uplifting, and it elevates you so much in certain ways. And King of Coins, I think, is just saying where the elevation goes is it really puts you on the path towards a lot of material success. But I think the Judgment one also says, too, that the way you evolve is also more so as a person of sorts, too. It's sort of beyond material. So it's really good for you as a person, developing skills, talent. What does this mean?
So I drew the rider and I drew the snake. Be sure that, everybody, all these three, I think this is more general about the choice you're going to make here, Dr. V. Be sure that the move you're going to make, that you're not, that everything is up front. You understand what you're getting into before you do it. Because the snake could say, kind of indicates that there could be some deception, some things that that aren't on, above table that that you're being told about that may come up later. And that's interesting because I kind of think that fits in with maybe this one here in particular.
Yeah, I don't feel strongly that these apply to any one in particular. I think they may apply to more than one, or at least one and then one other. So I'm thinking the rider applies towards the ones that we felt had more benefits or advantage for you. And the snake looks like maybe both of the other ones to some degree, or at least that last one, P.
Now, the rider, I just want to throw this out there before you get in. The rider means move, like what I said, but the rider also means news coming to you or a message.
And because you are currently at JSI, going to JJ would be a move.
Right.
Of
Going
course.
to either of these would be a move.
Either of them, right.
But the other thing is it could be that one of these people are going to message you, one of the other two that didn't click yet. And, maybe what they're telling you is not the whole story, because they're telling you their version of facts or whatever. They're telling you what you want to hear. So be aware, and just be eyes wide open when you're dealing, with these other two. That's the way I feel about it.
It may be that if there isn't actual deceit involved somehow in your overtures to JJ or P, if you decide to move from JSI, that maybe it just represents the idea that you will sense that there is a level of cunning or a level of people really looking out for themselves mostly. So you have to also decide too, is too competitive or...
No, we got you. We know you're JSI. I think that JJ is just...
well, if you get the offer from JJ, that would be the one you should check out more, find out more about them. But JSI was not very bad, really.
No, but I do feel that maybe in the long haul, you just might feel that it's a struggle to maintain balance there and to really get what you feel, like you feel like you're going to be putting out a lot and not getting as much as you expected in return. I guess I'm just saying that. So it might be peer frustrating at times for you.
Yeah, I don't think I see anything really beyond that either, too, that as where you are now, there's a lot of things there that allow you to maintain balance, but I think it's over the long run that you might find there are things there that weaken you or that weaken your position there.
So here's the advice we're going to end with, is like if an offer comes from
JJ,
the one up there,
right.
JJ, you may want to consider it strongly. Definitely check it out because those cards look very, very positive. We're not going to tell you we're not career people. It's just a tarot reading. But as far as the cards go, that looks a little bit more like it's got the edge if the offer comes through. And that's kind of what we were looking at here. Would it click? It's possible they will give you an offer. So check them out if they do.
Well, I'm looking at the JSI cards to give you a little more information there, and I looked at the bottom card, and I have the Queen of Swords. So I feel like this card tells me that You're thought of well there. You're favorable, despite what I say about the long run. It seems to me like they feel you're very capable of good judgment for them, or that you're a good planner. So I think you're very appreciated there. I just think that over the long run, you might find that the benefits are not as well as you thought, or you're not being compensated better than you thought you might be.
That's what we have for you, Dr. V. Good luck with that.
So good luck, Dr. V.
We're going to move on to Laura, who wants a
general message for Laura.
We'll get to that right now.
Thanks, Dr. V.
Hey, thanks for that reading, Dr. V. Interesting, dealing with 3 choices. Hey, but you know what? 3 choices are better than no choices. It's a rough environment out there looking for work.
So what deck should we use for Laura?
One of your... Wait, what do we use?
We used the Karma for mine, but I can use another one.
Oh, no.
And you're very welcome.
We'll go back to Robin Wood.
Your questions make us do some work here. I have to admit that. So I hope that the results are pleasing. And after Laura will come Austin. And just a reminder...
No, after Laura, Sonali.
Oops, I'm sorry, Sonali and then Austin. Why, thank you, my dear.
I am the keeper of the list, Mr. Oh, I know I make mistakes, though.
So just a reminder, of course, that we are on again Thursday night, 7 to 9 p.m. And that's a slower night, so check it out.
Check us out.
This show dropped on Friday at its new time of 8 a.m. My emotional outlook for the week. And, of course, Banshees dropped this morning at 10 a.m. So check those out.
And honestly, more things are coming. I'm just trying to get... This week is... Well, some of my health issues have dragged on, and so I'm trying to get myself to the point where I know where I stand with stuff. So I'm trying to get a hold of some medicine. They had a special order. So I don't even know... I haven't been able to take it yet and see how I'm going to adapt. So, and how much energy I'm going to have to do more stuff. So I'm hoping Monday is the day that it all comes together. All right.
Okay. General message for Laura.
Okay. We have the 6 of Cups upright. We have the Page of Pentacles reversed. And we have the King of Pentacles reversed. So I've just been talking up a storm. You go first, Mr. O.
Oh, I feel like I'm being put on the spot.
Oh, well,
but the general message, I think, says that this next week, I feel your thoughts will turn to the younger folks in your life, whether they're your own children or other people's children's, or maybe that somehow that reminds you of things you need to do. Maybe there's a clue in there that's related to a financial situation of some sort. Like maybe you might find that maybe something you remember from your childhood might be something you could use at your job or at your business or somehow in a way that might benefit you materially. Well,
passing the baton. I think that when I look at that, I'm going to go a little broader than just childhood here. That is a card of childhood, but sometimes to me, just depending on circumstances and the kind of reading we're doing, I'm going to say that it could be something more current, but it seems to me that maybe you want to resolve something with someone. I don't know if it's necessarily a male figure, whether it's in the family or whether it's in the workplace, but there's something that needs a resolution here. And yes, it's from the past. It's like whether it was an argument, a rift, or just some situation that seemed like, I have to clear the air on this. I just feel like if I'm holding on to this, it's messing with me. So I feel like you're going to be clearing the air about something, and it's involving somebody else, and it might be in your more recent past, but it could be from further in the past, too.
Well, I did also say the past too. I didn't think it was just from childhood necessarily.
Okay.
And the other thing too is that I'm wondering if maybe it's something that involves children rather than just being about thinking about children
Could
or
be.
childhood. Like I sort of get the feeling like it maybe is about younger people. I won't say children necessarily, but even younger persons are, 18 and below, quite frankly. But I do think it's like maybe an idea towards a different move in terms of finances. It doesn't seem to be a really strong week for major events happening, which is probably okay. It may also just be feeling too that in general, maybe you're just emotionally off with younger people at this point in time. Like maybe there's an emotional offness with younger people that might be in your life, something like that.
Well, and yeah, and on a more general level, when I'm looking at that, I can say that it looks as though you might be feeling that, you're not as in control as you would like to be with your financial well-being. I see that strongly there with that king reversed as well. And the page is reversed, so there's just this feeling of unhappiness. And maybe the answer is to look to something maybe it's something from your recent past that has put you in this position, something that has kind of thrown your world a little bit topsy-turvy. And, you're not happy with the way things are right now.
Let her mind.
Yes, sir.
Maybe this will give us a little more detail. Okay. Lily. The lily. The bear.
Well, and you know what? We all often say the bear is about self-empowerment, but in this case, this could be talking about your financial health and well-being again, too. Because the bear is about financial power, too. So, it might be saying that maybe things are, the lily is about modesty. So I'm thinking that maybe what it's saying is that, things right now, you have to be a little bit more, I don't want to say tight, but modest in your approach to your spending, and your resources right now. Don't overdo anything. Moderation, I think, is being called for here if you want to regain your financial status.
I'm going to go in a whole different direction with these Lenormand because I sort of feel that Lily goes towards the Six of Cups.
It does in a way.
It does in a way, but
what I feel... There's lilies on the card, right?
Right, what I feel, those are lilies on the card. What I feel is a little different here because I sort of feel like maybe what I said before about young people in your life, and I'm feeling like if it's not a young person in your life that maybe needs you to model something for them, the strong, aspects you have, maybe it's your own inner child in a way too. Maybe this is about an inner child, and that maybe you just need to think about how the ways you encourage yourself or how the ways you look into yourself and say, I don't always feel this way about myself, but dang, I was really strong when I did that, or I was really right on target when I said this or that. And so this is either about you encouraging another child or young person too, or it's about you seeing that inner child in yourself that needs a little bit of nurturing.
Very true there with that Queen of Pentacles reversed, coupled with the page, I feel. Well, because there's a lot of, and Lily, there's a lot of images here that hearken to a child. That's
Moving
very
parts,
true,
yeah.
or innocence. So I do feel that. That's a very good observation, Mr. O. Not bad at all. We're going to leave it at that and give you some options there, Laura. Good luck with your...
All right.
I would say this is probably a little more than a week. This influence might be around for a bit, really.
Yeah.
So maybe for the next month.
But don't let that stop you from coming back.
Right, and asking a different question.
All right.
So that's what we have for you, Laura. Good to see you here. And hey, Sonali, you are up, and I know you were asking about your family. There's illness.
Oh, right. Uh-huh.
I don't know if you're still with us, but we understand that, and you want to know what's happening. So sorry to hear that.
Where's that one at?
I'll find it. Here it is. Reading on divine message for health condition. All my family are suffering from fever and dry
Thank you, Laura.
cold. Any divine message for us? Well, let's see what's going on with that. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to the English Magic Tarot.
Okay.
And you're welcome, Laura. Thank you, too.
You're welcome, Laura. Well, that was a fine thing, Mr.
It was.
Sunman says. No wonder I knocked down your camera.
Oh,
He's getting the belly rubs right now. You can't see it.
thank you, Laura. But I always think that we're a reflection of everybody. That we reflect you guys. All of you. So this is a divine message for Sonali and their family.
It is.
I'm just repeating that.
Oh, I almost thought you were asking a question.
Well, I guess I was. Okay, so our first card is the Devil.
Oh, right there. Bam.
And then we have the Six of Swords. That's a bam. And then finally we have the Four reversed. So this is very interesting.
Wow. Well, Sonali, it's not an easy road here. Clearly it is talking about your situation. The Devil is illness or being entrapped by something. You know, ill health will do that.
It could be somebody who is not able to see what their health problems are or doesn't want to accept them.
Right, or do the right things, you know, to become better. Now, clearly with that Six of Swords, I want to say that I'm hoping, you know, that this means that you're moving to some better conditions. The Six of Swords is moving away to calmer shores when it's upright. So glad that that is upright for you, Sonali, because maybe that means some of you are going to start moving to calmer seas and you will start regaining your health again. But here's the problem. Make sure none of you are taking any foolish risks right now, you know. This is not a time for that. Play it safe. Do whatever, you know, if you are under a doctor's care, do what they're telling you to do. Do what you know is right, even if you have alternative medicine, whatever. But be careful of the kind of risks that you take.
The Fool often talks about an impulsive, ill-considered move. Maybe leaping to something without really having informed information, an informed decision that you can make there. So that's what I see there too, is that try to be helpful if somebody believes that they should do something that you know is not maybe really in their best interest. And I don't want to tell anybody how to handle their health problems. I realize there are...
we're not doctors.
There are folk ways of doing medicine, and then there are more scientific ways of doing medicine. We are not to judge either of those, but really you should move from a basis of knowledge of some sort.
So I think in order, you know, so obviously everybody needs to take care and find a way to, you know, it's clear there is definitely some health crises going on. The Devil is there kind of reflecting that. But, you know, I really feel that maybe some of the moves that, you know, you are making are going to make a difference here and things are going to start settling down. Just don't do anything to upset that apple cart. Don't do anything that's risky, you know, and I'm hopeful that you guys will get through this, you know, hopeful.
I think the Devil suggests that maybe some people are really stubborn about changing their mind there.
Yeah.
And the Devil is ruled by the astrological sign Capricorn, which kind of adds to that level of stubbornness, you know. It's an earth sign thing. But I think that whether or not everyone can take advantage of it, clearly some people will be doing the right thing and trying to move towards a better, you know, shore or a better, you know, situation.
And that's what we have for you, Sinelli. We're going to do the Lenormand. Thank you. You're going first again? Okay.
Yeah, I am. Because I got the garden.
We should have gotten that for Gina's question.
I know.
Where were you then?
Here, Gina, take that garden. All right.
So,
birds in the garden. Wow.
it's interesting because I would just say maybe this means that you all need to stay connected, and to look out for each other at this time. Also, you might be...
Go on.
Javi, we'll try to fit you in. You're a little bit late, but we only have one reading in front of you after we finish this one. So hang in there.
I'm going to stick my tongue out at you.
Hey, I'm trying to be clear.
Okay.
So let's see here. I want to finish Sonali with the garden and the birds. There's another meaning here too, is that actually by reaching out to others, it might be helpful at this time. Even if it's just for moral support, reach out to your community or friends, your family, and probably since you're all ill, I would say that's probably through social media, or your phones. Keep in touch, and you rally around each other.
Your strength is clearly more going to be around you guys being together and mostly reinforcing each other's health protocols, whatever they end up being.
Yep. That's what we have for you, Sonali. Good luck with that. We are on Austin right now, and then Vahabi is next.
Alrighty, and thanks for joining our show.
So, Austin, let's get a good question from you, and after Vahabi, we will call it a day.
No one else.
Because we're just about to go in a little overtime.
Austin, are you still with us?
Yeah, Austin, I hope you're still here. I don't think they wrote a question.
I don't remember.
Let me type their name in. See.
They came just before Laura asked for her message.
Yep.
So I do not know.
Austin may have left. Let's just give him a couple minutes.
Sure.
So, what was I going to say? So Thursday nights have been really quiet, so we're going to try to keep boosting our totals. And I have a feeling we have to anyway. I'm just going to have to get some more publicity out because summer's here and people are running around.
Not doing us.
Yeah, maybe not taking their phones with them or their devices. So, we know that it gets a little bit slower in the summer. All right, so Austin, last call for Austin.
And I know that Austin will probably show up after we start Vahabi's reading, so...
Well, yeah, if Austin comes back, we'll go ahead and do that. So, Vahabi, do you want to write your question?
Yeah,
we'll
if you have a question...
Now. And when Austin comes back, we'll do his, or we'll be done for the day.
Exactly. Hungry?
Yes,
I told you that earlier too, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Well, I don't think it's going to take long to pull things together tonight. So.
No, it won't.
Yeah.
We could eat whenever.
Yeah. We have some leftover au gratin potatoes, and we have some pork chops. That'll be good together.
Oh, there's Austin. I know it.
Really? Okay, Austin.
Whichever of you two types in your question soonest.
We already went to our last one. Oh, gosh. Okay.
Okay, so grab a deck.
Spirit reading and... Okay, January girl. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, Vahabi.
You're next after Austin. We're going to do a quick one.
You're next after Austin. We'll do Austin's, but we have your question now. You do not have to type it again. So we're going to do Austin first. We'll just do you in order. Sorry about that. All right,
let's roll.
But everybody gets a reading.
everyone gets red.
Yeah, definitely keep us posted, January girl. Curious to see what happens there. Can't always be. We don't say we're 100%
Don't
here.
worry, we will get to you. Bye, January girl.
All right. Okay. So we have the Star reversed. This is really interesting, especially with what I'm going to say. The Page of Cups is upright. And the Ace of Coins is reversed. Now, Spirit message. I don't know if we've said this one to you before, Austin, or if it was somebody else, but getting something really interesting here with the Star reversed and the Page of Cups upright. It's kind of like something, you're trying to figure out a message or something from Spirit, or maybe you have been getting some messages from Spirit, but they're not very clear, are they? The Star is reversed, and I feel as though there's some confusion here or some inability to totally make that connection. I feel your intuition is very, very strong right now, though. So you should probably try to use it to reach out more, because I feel that right now, maybe some growth is at stake here, You might be missing an opportunity for growth if you can't make that connection more clear.
Maybe they are synchronicities, but you're not exactly understanding them that way. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I can explain it any better, but maybe it's not only just messages, it's just sort of things that happen, things that feel like signs to you, but either you just can't figure out what the sign is, because either it relates so strongly, maybe there's a part of you that wants to deny it in a way or is shading it from you. Sometimes that's a principle that happens with psychology, cognitive dissonance. I mean, maybe the message you feel from it is so odd or unusual that maybe a part of you wants to sort of just refuse it outright. So that too sort of leads towards the idea that, more growth needs to happen, or some sort of acceptance of where the growth is going.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, this is just interesting the way that came out. Let's see what the Lenormand has for them.
Okay, we're pulling 2 Lenormands.
Oh, for gosh sakes. I think you got this before, but I'm not sure. I want to see what do you have?
Anchor. Clover.
I think you had the clover before, Austin. This just rings a bell with me.
I don't know. I thought maybe the anchor would.
The clover is about signs and synchronicities and luck and timing. And the anchor is kind of like you know what an anchor does.
Rooting yourself.
It keeps things in place. Yeah. So I almost feel like this is a period right now of some intense activity here. Where there are things trying to come through. It's just a matter of making sense of them.
Austin agrees that they had the clover last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might be thinking of somebody else with the anchor, but I think the idea too is that I feel this connection with the anchor and that Ace of Coins there, because the coins is about a material thing or something that's more tangible, not necessarily it's worth anything, but it is a tangibility of sorts. And the anchor is sort of holding things to a material plane. I'm actually wondering if some of the Spirit's message is saying you still have work to do in a less lofty kind of area. Like, although Spirit messages are coming to you, there may be things about your physical material life that you still have to kind of sort out too, or kind of be there for too. So it's probably saying that keep paying attention to those, but don't forget that you have you have a physical life to also, shepherd, take care of, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, you can't neglect your physical. I was kind of thinking a little bit about that. But I just feel like I think the Clover 2 at the Page of Cups to me is just like, this is a very intuitive, sensitive time for you. And so I feel like you just have to try to connect a little bit more. But yes, don't neglect anything. But I feel like you have to explore this more. You really do.
And it could be saying that too, that really you are in the right area, so stay here. Don't go anywhere else necessarily. Yeah. I think that too.
Wow, that's what I have for you, Austin. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Austin.
You're definitely, and I know you've been asking about these things, so I know you are aware that something's going on and something's trying to get through. So you just got to keep trying to work at it. It's not there yet. I'm not getting a message on what it is other than it's something you have to, you're going to have to find.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome, Austin.
You're welcome.
And hey, Javi, you are up. We'll take your question. And we
had
saw
the
it
question,
there.
didn't we? Yeah.
What's coming in love? Any true long-term relationship coming? Okay, thanks for that background. Let's see what we have. Do you have
I used my deck, so I thought you could use a deck.
Okay,
you want me to grab a deck.
We'll use this one again.
Okay.
Whoops. If I can shuffle them. What's up with that?
All right, Vahabi. Here we go.
All right, let's see what's out there. Jeez. My shuffling abilities today. What happened to them? What happened, Sonny?
Didn't you say that this morning?
Oh, maybe.
You did.
I did. You mean during my material matters?
Right.
Yes. Because I did have some shuffling problems.
You did.
All right. Sonny has sat here. I mean, he went away for a little while, but he's been here for the whole show. Just about.
And we have the shitting hair to prove it.
From beginning to end. That's my Sonny. Leg in the air. Silly boy. You're silly. Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles upright. That's a nice card. Is that a ship in the background there, too? Mm-hmm. Yeah, floating by the moon. And then we have the Five of Cups reversed. Well, then we have the Three of Cups reversed. And I'm kind of thinking here that there may be some things happening, but it's kind of like you're walking a tightrope this year, Vaihadi. It's, look at that person on that Two of Pentacles trying to balance things in their lives, and trying to keep an even keel, and also maybe trying to keep your needs, your expectations and wants, in alignment with reality, right now. So it's like, just trying to keep a balance and steady as you go. Do you want to talk about that one? Go ahead.
You are trying to keep a balance, Vahabi, but the moon is behind you and maybe casting a shadow of that ship that's flying there over you. And in most cultures, the moon sometimes does talk about romance or romantic possibilities. So I'm thinking it's there for you. It's just more like a shadow right now, or it's casting a shadow into your life saying, I want this, I need this, I want this. So that means you're going to orient towards that.
Right. So the Five of Cups gives you that opportunity in a way. The Five of Cups recognizes, that you've been feeling kind of down.
Bye, Gina.
Take care, Gina. We'll see you next time. you've been feeling kind of down about circumstances and the way things have been, looking at your losses as opposed to, what you have left there. But now is a time for opportunity to open doors. It seems to me that something is coming this year.
This card is more likely to say that what you may have felt was lost opportunities or wasted time or unfruitfulness in romance may be changing, or that you will be doing what you feel you can do to do that. But I feel like it is coming in and of itself. I think that this does say that possibilities are coming back to you. It may be that you just needed to emotionally resolve every aspect of not being in a relationship, and maybe that was more deeper stuff that happened over time that you're not even aware of. Maybe it happened in your dreams somehow.
The Three of Cups reversed. So, though I feel that there may be opportunities that present themselves, I'm not sure any of them are going to really turn into long-term ones. But it may be enough where, you now feel more optimistic about the future than you have in recent time.
I think it's like steps, and that maybe what will happen is that to some degree with things normalizing in the world, that maybe there'll be social occasions, maybe you might be able to at some point in the spring, summer, or beyond meet people. Maybe it's at somebody's wedding or a celebration of some sort. And I think that maybe, like Banshee says, I don't know that something is going to immediately come into your life, but it's sort of like a step of taking, like, everybody is starting to feel comfortable with each other again, and that people are starting to feel the value of an emotional life after having been through an emotional nightmare for the last year or so.
Well, and some places are still enduring, the virus and all the ramifications. So I think this is a steady move forward. I feel that, there will be some things that you will be exploring this year, some relationships. But you may find there's some inherent incompatibilities, things aren't working out. But, once those doors open, you realize that the future looks better and brighter. And I just feel like maybe it's a matter of time, and also the fact that we really haven't been able to do much this year, as far as all of that goes. It's been a rough year.
Sometimes, besides what the cards say, I get a feeling, and my feeling is that maybe towards the end of this year, something more romantic may present itself as a possibility, some opportunities. And
you're gonna just crack up when you see this.
I drew the moon, and she drew the child. And I knew she was going to draw the child, or I was, because I said the baby steps.
Exactly.
And the child is about the baby steps.
The child is about step by step or slow moves forward, but
bits.
There's another meaning here as well.
There is.
It could mean to me, because the moon is kind of about a romance, that it could be a short-term romance.
Well, and I also wonder too if maybe it just might mean somebody that's not as mature or younger too.
That could be.
Something like that.
That could very well be.
So maybe it's possible that within this time period or towards the end of the year, something may happen, but it may not be the one that you would want to happen forever. It may just be something that could literally tell you there's hope. There's love is in the air. I'm not really sure. We're tarot readers. We never can really say
right.
This is absolute future.
We get feelings, we have intuition, but it's not 100%. But this is what we feel. I think something may open up by year's end. And, if you're sticking with us, we certainly will want to know.
It would be nice to know.
Yeah. So good luck with that. Wish you the best, and thanks for stopping in today. So that's our show for today. We are done with our readings and hope everybody enjoyed the day. We really enjoyed it. I think there was some interesting readings today. Questions?
Yeah, I think Apple and Eve's was a real standout reading.
Yeah, awesome reading for you, Apple.
But everybody,
and Eve.
a number
awesome
of people had some good
question.
readings. Yeah, so
Yeah.
so we appreciate you all very much.
And Gina in the garden.
Gina in the garden. It sounds like a song.
Yeah. So,
Thanks, Angel.
hey, everybody, enjoyed your company, and we will see you hopefully Thursday night.
And if you haven't liked us or subscribed, please do so.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So take care. Have a great rest of the day today, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.